Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Camera Tuesday, we're going to talk about Insta360 Mic Pro. So let's dive deep into it. So this is another wireless microphone system, which at this point in time, every Tom, Dick and Harry is making it. So it's actually good news for us because that gives us control over two things. First, price remains reasonable, meaning price delta between each of them rarely will go too up, because again customer will be like, okay, even if you are so much better, I can get, let's just say, 80% or 90% of what you are giving with much less price. The economics change, so we want competition that keeps the price reasonable. Another is feature set, meaning each of them can tailor their hardware on basically what do they want to bring to the table. For some, it's like, I'm gonna make it as tiny as possible. Others like, I'm gonna make it as gaudy as possible. I'm gonna just make it a brick. So that does give you a lot of wiggle room, and it's good, meaning because again we are all individuals. Same way each of us have a different shoe requirement, we also have a different mic requirement. So having this is a good thing. Having Rode, DJI, Holyland, Insta360 and many more like Samsonix and other companies going YOLO on it, it's a good thing. And but there is a problem for company's point of view, is that differentiation is hard in a saturated market. For example, what can DJI do that Rode cannot do, or Rode can do that this Insta360 can't do? So differentiation becomes a difficult point, whereas like they all look the same. And be mindful, what about the audio quality? Audio quality have reached, thankfully, a good point where it's like loud, clear and good capture is done. That is sorted. At this point in time, people will start talking in art terms, basically, oh, it is a bit warm, or it's a bit like, light, or it's a bit sharp and all that. So basically we reached the point where audio is good. It's just that, do you personally like it or not? And again, there is nothing wrong with it. It's like, no, I'm only gonna buy Rode because I like the sound. Cool, awesome. If you're like, hey, I'm only gonna buy Insta360 because I enjoy its sound characteristics, have fun. That's the whole point. We have crossed that threshold, and that's good. Like same way right now, almost all cameras are good. Same thing with microphone. It's good, especially 32-bit ones. So we have reached a point where it's saturation. Again, people may be like, hey, I'm only gonna buy DJI because I like its signature. And all hardware feels same, more or less. But Insta360 is trying to make a difference, as in like they are genuinely trying. Sometimes you can say that company just made a cheaper product. Sometimes it's like, whoa, you put some effort into it. So this is where it's like there is enough unique touch where it's like, somebody looked into what is available in the market, and it's like, okay, what problem they are not solving, let us solve those problems. And that's good. We want that. We need that. So core system is very simple. It's a big customizable e-ink screen, meaning, and again, it's not LCD, it's not OLED, it will not consume power. The only time it consumes power when it's recycling all the pigments, and it's a 6-color e-ink display. So it does require that sort of whole song and dance to change even one image, but once you change the image, does not matter, it will remain static without battery also. So that is the good part, meaning it does not consume energy. And there is a benefit of this e-ink system is that in broad sunlight, it looks great. Like if you're in outdoor, this puppy will look like crisp. So that's the good part, meaning as a branding point of view, which again, companies pour millions of dollars in branding. Heck, I'm not joking. I've been to a 5-star hotel that actually had its branding on a pencil. I did not even knew that there were a company who were doing that, but apparently there is. So branding, I get that. Like if you want, like again, would I like this DJI or would I like that? Of course I like that. I have a logo S2T, I can have that in there. It would be much better. So that's a good thing. Having 32-bit float audio, that's again a default and good. That means now you have auto gain control. You do not have to worry about levels. That's good. And 3 mic array, this is where they are changing. As in all systems generally come with 1 microphone capsule. They are like 3 microphone capsule. So based on physics, they can do a bit more things. For example, if you have differential signal coming like this, like 1 left, 1 right, 1 center, you can do calculations that other systems simply cannot do. 1 microphone physically cannot do. So having that allows them to change the pattern, recording pattern. And be mindful, you can buy a single transmitter and do stereo recording. That's like, it's not fake stereo. It's not like, okay, taking mono and doing this and that. No, it is true stereo. So fundamentally, that is genuinely different thing. It can do 4 microphone to 1 receiver, some exactly like a DJI Mic 3, where if you have a Sony camera, you have the luxury of buying the hot shoe adapter, putting 4 microphones, 1 receiver, and the video file will get 4 independent audio channels. So you can actually balance each speaker's volume individually. That shut up take money. So that is there. Another is bit odd, which is like if you have 2 transmitters like this puppy, they can talk to 4 cameras. That is so weird. It's like that kind of thing makes sense if you are doing like, let's say, a large reality show where you have multiple, but again, why only 2? So that's very confusing to me. It's like 2, I can get it. Like, let's just say you are doing interview and you have multiple cameras. Yeah, that makes sense. But like, what if interview has more than 2 people? It will backfire. So I'm a bit confused with that. It does have internal memory of 32 gigs recording. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say this in my Hindi channel. It did solve that issue with DJI Mic 3 that it's magnet only. As in the clip is on the magnet itself, you can replace it. So the body is completely floating. In this, the magnet is still inside, but you have a clip that physically clips in, not magnet based. Again, it's a small touch, but does show that they were actually studying what market has. Everybody likes DJI Mic 3. I'm using Mic 3, but it does have that issue that I will not be very comfortable anywhere with this simply because it's always relying on magnets, unless I put Fevikwik. So having that like an actual mechanical clip does give you far more trust compared to a magnet system. Again, that's why we want competitions. It's like, hey, you did that. And again, people give you feedback. Now I can make my product a bit better. You have the 32-bit inboard recording and 24-bit in case your software does not support a 32-bit. And it does make 30-minute clip length, which is a bit odd, but again, it may be like fat 32 file size limitation. But again, it's interruption-free cuts, as in like it will recording for 2-3 hours and you can segment them properly. It will work without any issue. It's all like how car dash cam works. It also has a linear timecode, which again, pro feature, which again, if you want to sync multiple cameras, is a desirable thing. Linear timecode with audio track sorting timecode. 30 hours of battery life, including the battery box life. That be very clear. Not just that is not that big enough to have 30-hour battery life, but overall you should get that kind of life. So core system is good, but the core essence is first you have a e-ink display, then you have 3 mic capsule, and that does allow some unique opportunities that other system cannot replicate, no matter what they do. This, like, 4-to-1, Holyland has that, DJI has it, Rode is the only one that does not have it. I'm not sure about Samyang one, but 3 companies I know that they have this. This one, 2 companies have this, so it's unique. So what about the USP or these? Well, here's the branding matters, right? Branding matters. People pay for it, so branding matters enough. Like even if this microphone is a bit more expensive compared to other options, people might just pay for that. Hey, you have a logo that looks great in sunlight, even in low, and again, it does not add light to the scene, which again, very serious requirement. If you are lighting up the scene, people will like, just shut up and pay for it. Another is, it does have a lavalier input option, as in buy this USB to mic input and voila, now you have a lavalier. Now, would we have preferred having the actual mic jack into the system? Of course. If you don't have this is the second best option, because they talked about a very good use case. A lot of fitness influencers, they wear skin tights, so they do not have a comfortable place where you can point this puppy. So, and many of them have this sort of like, earband kind of mic system. They want to use that. The audio sounds normal to them. Like if you change microphone, audio sounds off for a few days. So they do not want to do that. And again, what if it's a really good high quality microphone? It's like, okay, use that. This is a very big add-on. And again, I'm genuinely want DJI to add this. Just like you have this, for example, let's say you're doing wedding, you can have a lot of microphone connected with lot of receiver. You can't connect the goddamn DJ to this. Like again, even in my recording, I would love to have that, because I have a background music. I could literally have a Walkman or something, like even computer. I could just have a computer headphone out going into the transmitter transmitting into that. So second channel would be the background music. I don't have to even add background music in the post. It will always keep looping. So there's a lot of things that you can do if you have a mic input. And again, this has a mic input as an add-on. If you need it, you have it. That's a good thing. Multiple mic capsule includes basically bubble formation, as in if you are recording ambient sound, you have 3 microphones connected. like this basically. So having connection like this does give you data, like the AI chip there can actually detect where the sound is coming from. So it can isolate other things. That's why any system that has like, multiple pattern, it does require multiple capsule. You cannot cheat it with one. So this has 3 capsule. It can do this, like, almost use it like a shotgun mic, which is actually good because it has the signal coming from left and right to cancel out the background noise. So that's a very unique advantage. Like for many people who may not want something like this still would be useful. That's like short up take money. And charging case has no wind guard space. That's bad. That's just like, no, sir. That's the mistake of DJI Mic 2, where like if you had this sort of case, you open it, you could not have the fluff in there. Fluff required it to be out. It's like, that's not acceptable. Again, this sort of fluff is not designed to be like opened and closed multiple times a day. If you do that, like in my case, it will break apart very quickly. So again, DJI did learn from that mistake. It's a bit odd nowadays to find a microphone that has a wind muff and does not have place to put it. It's like, bro, wrong place to cheap out. Because again, if you are using it daily, it does become a hassle. And again, even if let's just say, oh, I only use wind muff once in a while, no problem. That's the whole point of competition in the market. Like I do need, again, not necessary to have wind muff in this indoor environment, but I like to have it. Cool. I can have it and I can have a case that can store it. I do not have to worry about it. That's the whole beauty of having competition. So USB-C port in the transmitter, that's the flexible part. That's like DJI Mic 2 kind of scenario. Like you can just plonk it, directly do data transfer and directly do charging. This also makes you a far more cheap implementation just by this. Like if you are a guy who's like very comfortable with doing post-processing and all your audio will be post, you can just do this. Like you do not even need to buy, like, and again, you'll get the branding advantage, you'll get the 32-bit advantage, all those advantages would be there, but you just won't have to buy a receiver. And once you upgrade to system, then you can buy receiver. So there is USPs in this and it will work flawlessly with other Insta360 hardware, which is again similar with every other brand. For example, DJI, I do not have to have receiver. Like right now, receiver is on top of the camera. I don't need that if I have DJI action cameras. Same with Insta360. They do not need receiver if you have Insta360 action cameras or 360 cameras. But again, that's like a same frequency advantage. But again, lack of wind muff is a frustrating thing for many people. So question becomes, for whom this is? Well, bigger body equals bigger battery equals bigger battery life and span, as in it will last longer. I should expecting at least half a year extra lifespan compared to a DJI Mic 3 because DJI Mic 3 is tiny. So that is there. And unique 6E, that's the technology name. 6E ink screen that they have is marketing, which again, this is why I have this image. Like you can see, like everybody has the almost same size of that foam sock for the microphone. And everybody is buying different thing. Hey, please give me the blue one, give me the black one. And then they have printing on it. So you can understand that we spent money, serious money to get marketing and all that. So having that on the hardware level, that's shut up take money. And one of the best standalone systems, because again, this can work as a standalone system. You can buy it alone, but you have to buy a separate dock to charge it and do other things with it. Having USB-C brings back that advantage, and having the ability to have USB-C and mic jack input makes it far more suitable for many things. Having a Sony MI hot shoe, which is the only odd thing about Rode. Sony has it, and Sony allows other companies to work with it. DJI works with, Hollyland works with it, Samsonic works with it, Insta360 works with it. Rode for some reason is not doing it. Why? Is there an issue of patent or something? Like I genuinely do not get it. Like why Rode is the only company that is not doing this? That is first question. Second question, why the heck no other camera company has introduced that? Even that fact, Panasonic, Nikon and Canon, all of them have hot shoe mount that has digital pins, as in all of them can do what I'm doing right now, like this. And then there is a receiver is directly transmitting over the hot shoe digital pin. There is no conversion. Why the heck other companies are not doing it? Like you have Red Cinema camera right now, but you still don't have a mic input. That does not make sense to me. If any of you know, do share it with me. The only thing, let that be very clear, we have reached a saturation point, meaning can a mic come tomorrow that will like, whoa? No, we reached that point. The only thing that nowadays will, even the e-ink display, it's cool, but it's not like necessary. Having 3 microphone capsule, it's good, but not necessary. But the only thing that I really want or even need from environmental point of view, from your bank balance point of view, it's a replaceable battery. That's something that we need. Again, I do not like the idea of throwing this thing away because the battery became too weak, and replacing it or swapping it is not a tangible thing, simply thing. It's not just like go to the shop, do this, done. So that does bother me, and I do think Pro series do have this part sorted. Many of them are still using AA batteries. Those who have switched to lithium batteries, like Rode system, they have that Nikon camera battery as a system where you can replace it and swap it. So that's the only missing link right now in this sort of ecosystem that for creator, content creator. Because I can guarantee you, the microphone, the hardware, the wireless and all that, unless you drop them or physically break them, they should last for almost a decade without issue. Battery will not. So price is high. Let that be very clear. It's not that cheap. I have seen some place where you can get DJI Mic 3 for very cheap, but this does have some USP, which may be shut up, take money kind of category. It does have that. It does have that. For example, if you want to use your microphone sometimes as wireless, sometimes as a shotgun, nothing else can do that. This can do that. And if like branding matters to you and you were looking for some branding solution, it's like, I got you. And again, branding is a big deal because DJI also has a system where they have different colors. But why deal with color when you can just buy a screen? So, and why the heck Iran has this many microphones, man? Like India does not get this many, and we have a lot of news channel. So this was my presentation on Insta360 Mic Pro. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike. Press it twice to show me extra comment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you are free. And as always, thanks for watching.